Hey everybody, it's your boy SergDragon, and welcome back to another edition of the Heavens Monsters Podcast. With me always is Terrence, aka T-Money.
If you smell what the lion is cooking.
Today we are going to cover Smackdown Live and 205 on October 25th. Let's go. Okay, where did everything go?
You just listen.
Your data's messing up. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back. So we are getting ready for the crown jewel, and we pretty much start the show with, once again, Miz TV with a huge lineup between SmackDown rosters, Team Hulk Hogan and Team Ric Flair. Or just Hogan and Flair. In which case, excluding Randy Orton, Ricochet, and Rusev, they are all members of the Raw roster, so we got the SmackDown entire roster of the teams. Including on Team Flair, we would have Shinsuke Nakamura, we would have King Corbin, as well as, oh, that's right, Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley are both also on Raw. So they were down to only two, while Team Hogan literally had three. We had the team captain of Team Hogan, Roman Reigns. They both start with R, so I got messed up there. And we also have Shorty G, as well as Ali. So to fill in, to have a main event quality match, to fill in, they were looking at the mouthpiece of the Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura, Sami Zayn, to fill in that spot. He said, nope, not going to do it. But I have somebody else who's been itching for a chance like this. It would be none other than this Swiss Superman, Cesaro. Good pick. He's a heel right now. So that would be the main event for tonight. Here we go with the interesting fact that because Xavier Woods is injured, they would have him on face chat or whatever, Skype, on a tablet, showcasing that they're going to bring him in person, although you don't see the tablet after the match starts. So the tag team of New Day between Kofi Kingston and Big E, about to say Ethan, EC3, would end up taking on the former Raw tag team champions, Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode. Sadly to say, this dirty handed slide tactics of Robert and Dolph ended up getting them the win and sideswiping poor Kofi Kingston. Let's see. Next, we would have a match between Lacey Evans, who recently on Twitter started a war with none other than Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, putting her picture over his photo of back then in the 80s or the 90s?
90s.
98. Yeah, the 98. See,
98 between 99. Well, it's 99.
yeah, so the 90s basically. In which case, she says, much better. And she ends up taking local competitor and taking her to the dirty school. She said that she wanted the bell to ring and she was just going to walk out, saying that this city don't deserve her. She quickly runs in at the 9 count out of 10 and swings right at her without her knowing, getting her to 1, 2, 3. Tricky little tramp. Next up, once again, it's Drew Gulak, this time fighting one member of the Lucha House Party, both being former Cruiserweight champions, Kalisto and Drew Gulak. And Drew Gulak would open once again, this time with the 345 key card of how Braun Strowman can lose against Tyson Fury. And he ends up just wrestling Kalisto for a good part of the match, getting kicked to shut him up. And in comes Braun Strowman, giving him the distraction Kalisto needs to get him with the Selena del Sol. I'm glad I said that right. And ultimately win the match. But then Braun Strowman gets in and they're like, all three members of the Lucha House Party are like bolting, like, get out, get out, get out, get out. And Drew Gulak gets running power slam. Not once, but twice. Because the fans said, one more time. Cold-blooded is the fans. Daniel Bryan was confronted with an offer by Sami Zayn and Shinsuke Nakamura. Because of his heel factor, even though he was a babyface alongside Roman Reigns fighting the Bludgeon Brothers of Eric Rowan and Luke Harper at the time, they're actually looking to see if Daniel Bryan would take up their offer because Sami Zayn's a vegan and Shinsuke Nakamura is an activist to protect the planet. So they see eye to eye on understanding. But Daniel Bryan doesn't shake his hand. He just walks off with his head down. So that wasn't necessary yes, let alone a no. He just walked off. Mm-hmm. Next up, we have Nikki Cross going against 1, 2, 3, Mandy. That was for you, Xavier. And you, of course. And ultimately, despite the fact that she had both, and I say this, both Sonya Deville, her tag team partner, outside to deal with, as well as the outside on both of them had the headphones, so they were both on guest commentary, Sasha Banks and the WWE Smackdown champion, women's champion, Bayley, to deal with on the outside. But ultimately, Nikki Cross got the win and proved that she is the #1 contender for the Bayley's championship. Go ahead.
If you wonder where Alexa Bliss is, she's injured.
Yeah, you said that last time, so yeah, that's an update. She's still injured.
If y'all forget it.
Next up, we have the match between Roman Reigns, Ali, Shorty G versus Shinsuke Nakamura, King Corbin, and Cesaro. Ultimately, this match was a top-notch match. Ultimately, ending with Roman Reigns and Cesaro in the ring. And Cesaro looked like he was going to get the upset and actually taking down Roman Reigns, but wasn't good enough to put him out. Hitting him not once, but twice with the combo of Superman punch and spear to put down Cesaro, because he didn't go down the first time. And instead of putting him down, he looks his head up, and this is a perfect opportunity because where are they going this Thursday? It's none other than the homeland of the one member of Team Hogan, Ali, in Saudi Arabia. He looks to see he's at the corner, all dragging it tight, like, he goes up to him and tags him in. He's like, whoop, get it. He gets up to that corner. Here comes King Corbin. Simultaneously, we got a 450 splash and Superman punch to King Corbin onto Cesaro. 1, 2, 3, Team Hogan for the upset going into Crown Jewel. And this wasn't mentioned. Oh shit, this was not mentioned. I'm glad. I was looking for that. Like, where is it? Ladies and gentlemen, as a last note, we want to mention the fact that once again, we would have both Cain Velasquez.
Cain Velasquez.
I said it right, okay. And Rey Mysterio give their take on what Cain is going to do to Brock Lesnar this Thursday on Halloween night here in America, but I don't know if they celebrate over there in Saudi Arabia. I doubt it. No, if they do, it'd be nice.
No, they really don't, because it's not a safe place.
Yep.
To celebrate.
Go ahead and look up 205 Live on the same date. 25th.
There's one wrestler I want to mention to you when we get...
yeah. But first, let's go ahead and mention, because we would be interrupted by Ray and Cain's discussion with Paul Heyman, and Brock Lesnar himself was in the house. And ultimately, they were questioning Ray and Cain as to where they are and to whom. They said whom. A lot of us were eerie in the back of our heads thinking, nah, tell me he's not. Tell me he's not. And to those like myself, we're right. Dominic was back there as well, but under the feet of Brock Lesnar as he showcased, lifted him up, beaten and battered. Both Cain and Rey Mysterio just flip out running back there to the medics to see the condition of Dominic, and they're both just... Rey's the one who hurts the most because he's at once but twice. And he said that he was utterly powerless to stop Brock Lesnar and is going to enjoy seeing Cain assault him. But then, out of nowhere, with a trash can, aluminum trash can, but still hurts like a mother when you hit it, upside the back of Rey Mysterio, and then he goes and attacks Cain Velasquez, and then Rey Mysterio jumps him, but it gets set up immediately for F5 and swung into the wall and onto the table. Cain Velasquez is then next up, but then worse. He is actually F5'd onto his godson, Dominic, used as a weapon against his own familia.
Godson.
Fuck.
Godson.
Yeah, is godfather. That's a godson. I got god siblings. I got a god brother, brothers, and god sister.
Since when Cain Velasquez Thomas Godfather?
They've been saying that. You've been missing out, bro, for the last few weeks since they brought him in. He said that's his in Espanol, godfather. I don't know the word. I forgot. I need to brush up on my Spanish.
Godfather?
Yeah, Espanol. They said it in Spanish, so he's or something like that. And then after that, they would have a couple of matches and a promo in Espanol saying Brock Lesnar and Crown Jewel, but everything else was in Spanish. From what I understand, I actually had to look this up. The best description to my pronunciation on Google was to sleep. He's going to put Brock Lesnar to sleep.
Most people think Brock Lesnar gonna actually win that because he has more experience in the wrestling ring than Cain Velasquez does. Because Cain Velasquez has never wrestled in a ring.
They might make exceptional rules for him. I don't know. Because one thing I know for a fact is he got to back off on that referee's 5 count. If referee counts 5, that's automatic disqualification, and the win goes to Brock Lesnar. So he's got to back off on 3 or 4 immediately before the referee says 5. He could keep welling on him otherwise.
It's probably like, yeah, you can beat me at an octagon. You might beat me, but you never beat me at a wrestling ring.
I think that's what he said too.
Yeah, because I have more experience than you, Cain Velasquez, at wrestling ring.
And what were you going to say?
I said, when we get to NXT, there's a wrestler, you got his name wrong.
I did?
Yeah.
Well, we're not doing NXT.
Well, that's when we get to it. That's what I'm saying.
No, you can say it. Go ahead. It's 205 Live.
Yeah. The wrestler you forgot, well, he's remember the Forgotten Sons. You know how you thought his name was Jason Riker? Mm-hmm. It's actually Jackson Riker.
Jackson Riker.
Yeah.
See, I'm not gonna. I don't even know the other 2 names of the Forgotten Sons. Don't ask me.
Oh, I know.
The only one interested enough is Riker, because he's used to be Gunner. That's the only thing. I don't care about the other 2. I don't. They really are the Forgotten Sons, because I forgot their names. And this guy just proved it.
Yeah, he thought it was Jason, but it's actually Jackson.
Right. So, while he's looking up 205 Live, a shout out to our boys, Xavier Hill, Mike Henry, and Andre Mitchell. A link to their YouTube page channels will be in the descriptions down below, as always. And a remaining shout out to Renee, Chris Petrie, Farrell, and Delvin. This one's a quickie. We would have the NXT Cruiserweight Champion, because that's what they're calling it now, Lio Rush, come to 205 Live looking for a challenge. Ultimately, he already has a #1 contender in Tony Nese, but is still looking to up the antics on the performance of all cruiserweights on the cruiserweight division. He wants to see more wrestlers showcase their talents and prove they want a title shot. They got to earn it by wrestling. It's a definitely better heel babyface than when he was a heel. He was just cocky as hell. At least this time he's cocky, but he puts up and shuts up. So that's good on him. In which case in point, Lio Rush goes up against former #1 contender multiple times, Oney Lorcan, and puts him away in one fantastic high-flying striking match. Tony Nese comes out and says for him to go ahead, take a seat, and watch a true champion at work, being a former recent cruiserweight champion himself. He then goes up against NXT coming star, since Rhea Regal welcomed all forms of NXT cruiserweight division or cruiserweight class characters into the 205 Live brand. So we got Raul Mendoza, a underdog who has one mean losing streak and barely any wins, was looking to really give the fans what they wanted, and people, like the last time he fought in NXT, were hoping that he would get a win. So this time, with Tony Nese, cocky as it was, he invited Lio Rush, the champion, cruiserweight champion, to be on the commentary, and he was saying the whole time, Lio Rush in question, is that he needs to pay attention to Raul and not him. He always stunting, always flexing his muscles, always pointing at his abs. And Lio Rush mentioned that he's got spray tan abs, that they're fake. They're like, that's a blow. Ooh, that's a blow. Even got a live tweet showcase of Angel Garza, one person that made eye contact to him last Wednesday and said that he wanted a title shot. And said that you were looking for other contenders instead of dealing with me. I was like, ooh, that's cocky. So in which case, he said that Tony Nese was going to screw up, and he did. He took his eyes off of Raul and ended up getting pinned. 1, 2, 3, quickly. Raul finally broke his... Raul, huh? Raul. I never see a lot of people's name Raul. And Mendoza finally got a victory to break his losing streak, and it was on the expense of the #1 contender for the NXT Cruiserweight Champion, Tony Nese. With stuff like that, an opportunity for the title would be given or him added to the mix in that scenario. So let's see what both General Manager of 205 Live, Drake Maverick, and General Manager of NXT, Rhea Regal, come up with. And also mentioning his name, Drake Maverick, it would be none other than the Brian Kendrick that comes out to address the WWE universe on how things were used to be done. When they came in, you would greet the person. You would say his name. You would look to a veteran to guidance. How did I do this? How did I do that? Could I have done that? What can I do with this? He mentioned all that stuff, and one thing that he hates nowadays is the fact that with superstars today, they don't do none of that because all they look at is their phone looking for views for the fans, and that none of them are wrestlers because of the fact that you need a contract, a ritual that says that you are. So he is looking at the fans and ridiculing them, saying that they are not wrestlers. They have no say to say that they are wrestlers, to give these people false hope.
He's talking about when he was in WWE 16 years ago. Mm-hmm.
In which case, also, he mentions Drake Maverick because the Singh brothers were on 205 Live with the 24/7 title that they recently just acquired from R-Truth on Monday Night Raw. So since they are the only technical tag team on 205 Live, Drake Maverick, as he mentioned, is too busy running around trying to get that title to consummate his wedding and to appease her and to get it done than to actually take him and this business seriously. So he said that he was going to be out here on 205 Live every week until he comes to see him and addresses him. So that's it for the show, and pretty much ended the night with Tony Nese losing to Raul Mendoza, in which case, any final thoughts? Smackdown or 205 Live?
I do agree with
Brian Kendrick
about what he said, because the wrestler should be doing that, because he knows everything. He's a veteran.
How long has he been wrestling?
In WWE?
And all around.
I just know he was in WWE.
For how many years?
16 years. Because him, Randy Orton, and Rey Mysterio, Brock Lesnar, Shelton Benjamin, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, they stayed.
In which case, ladies and gentlemen, that'll be it for our show. I hope you enjoyed. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Hit the subscribe button if you like the content, and hit that notification bell right there. Go ding! So you can be updated for the next Heaven's Monsters podcast when we show up. We're hoping to see if we got enough time. How much time we got? What time is it?
9 o'clock.
Ooh, we got enough time to do AEW. Let's get it. So we'll be right back, and we'll see you next time. I'm SergDragon. This is T-Money. Peace out.
Bye.